Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video we're going to build a simple random password generator program in Go from scratch. So as always, I have opened up my tutorial folder in my VS Code window, and as always, let's create a blank new module for your project. So open up your terminal and type in this command to create one. Go mod init random password, something like this. You can give any name you like for your module, but I decided to stick to random password. So hit enter and you can close your terminal by now. Let's create new main.go file. So the first line always is going to be the package declaration. So let's say package main. Now the import statements. We'll need basically a couple of different libraries for this project. First one is flag for command line options. The second one fmt for printing. Then log for displaying error messages, and mass rand finally for generating random characters. Not characters, but random numbers. So I'll be explaining all of them as we go, so don't worry yet. So I'm going to write the password generation function first, just so it's out of the way and the main function stays clean by now. So let's create a function called generate password, and it takes the length as an integer, the length of the password. So length integer, then a string containing all allowed characters that we can use in password generation process. So let's say const, it is going to be string. Also, this function is going to return the string. So I'll use a byte slice to build the passwords. It is going to be much more efficient than concatenating strings over and over again. So let's say var password. It is going to be a slice of bytes. So byte. Now we have to loop size times. I will use a simple for loop with range over the size. So range length. I don't need the current index of the current iteration, so I will just basically ignore that part over here. So instead of this loop, I want to append to my password something. So append. Then each time I want to pick a random index in the combination string, get that character and append it to my password slice. So append password, then my combinations at the index of random.int n. This function is basically going to give us a random number between 0 and the n that we specify to it. The n that we want to specify to it is going to be the length of our combinations, because we don't want this indexing operation to go out of the bounds. That's why we are limiting the n to be the length of our combinations, which makes sure that this operation is not going to result in an error. So after this function, we can convert the byte slice to a string and return it. So let's say return and simply convert it to string using this string function and provide to it our password. So that's that. Now we can move on to our main function as our core functionality is implemented. Func main. And here we want the user to control the password. So the password's length, whether to include uppercase characters, digits, or special characters. So for that, we want to get the user input from the command line arguments. In our previous video with to-do list application, we were grabbing command line arguments using this OS args, but in this tutorial, I want to introduce some kind of other functionality to you that we have available in core Go. So that is with flags. In flags, we just specify the different arguments that we want to work with in our program. For example, size is going to be flag dot, and we want to specify here the data type of this argument that we want to get from the user. So flag dot integer. We have also other kinds of arguments like bool, string, what else, float, and so on and so forth. But in our case, we want to use this int because the size of the password is going to be whole integer. So first of all, as you can see, we want to specify it. Where is it? We want to specify the name of this argument, then the default value of it, and the usage string that is going to be printed out to the user. So the name of it is going to be size, then the default value is going to be 8, the default length of the password is going to be set to 8, and the usage string is going to be something like size of the password. Then we want to do basically the similar thing with 3 other flags. Those 3 other flags are going to be of type boolean. So upper is going to be flag.bool. The name is going to be upper, then it will default to false. Of course, we want to say that in lowercase because it's not Python. So this is going to be include uppercase characters. Then let's copy that and paste it 2 times. So this one is going to be digits, the name is going to be digits as well. Then include digits is going to be our helper message. Then here we want to say include punctuations, and for short I'm gonna say it punc, just not to type in the big word of punctuations. So after that we want to parse all our flags, all our arguments, by saying flag.parse. This parse function is basically going to set all those variables to their corresponding values that we get from the command line. So that is also going to check for the data types, and it is going to panic if we provide some kind of invalid value for each of those arguments. So here, just to avoid anything silly, let's cap the size at 100 characters. So I'm gonna say if this size is greater than 100, I'm going to log.fatal_ln, this error message size is too long. We have to make sure that this size is valid, because user might deliberately type in some kind of very large number, for example 1 million, and if the user does so, our program will struggle to generate a random password with 1 million characters inside of it, so which is going to be very stupid. So we have to check for that case in this line of code. Also pay attention that we are using this asterisk symbol before our size variable, because the size is a pointer to that value. That's why we have to dereference that value using this asterisk operator, so you have to keep that in mind. Now we want to build the character pool with our combination strings. So comps is going to be equal to, initially it is going to be set to all the lowercase characters that we have in our alphabet, but for now I'm going to set it to an empty string because I do not want to manually type all those letters with my hands. I want to use a simple Python code to generate all those combinations, so I'll be doing that later on. So for now let's leave that empty. And if my uppercase variable is set, so if upper, I want to say comps plus equals to all the uppercase letters in my alphabet, so I'll fill that in later on as well. So if digits is set, digits is true, I want to plus equals something else, so comps plus equals to something else. And if my punc is set, I want to say comps plus equals to something else. So let's now fill those strings in. So let's open up the terminal and type in this Python to enter the Python shell. So here I'm going to import strings, not strings but string, and here I'm going to say string.ascii lowercase to access all the lowercase characters in my alphabet. So let's copy that string, copy, then paste it here. Then let's do similar stuff for other combinations. So uppercase is going to give me all the ASCII uppercase letters, then paste it here. Then for digits we want to say string.digits like this. Let's copy that as well and put it here. Then finally punctuations, it is punctuation, not punctuations, sorry. So let's copy that and paste it here. I think I did something wrong. No, that's correct. Note that I have added those escape backslashes so that Go interprets those literals correctly. Now we can generate a random password using the function that we have already implemented up here. So let's say password equals to generate password, and let's pass in our size, then the combinations, and we can print that password to the console. So fmt print line password and fmt print line this password like this. And that is the entire program that we have. Let me try running this program. So first of all, let's exit this Python shell and clear our terminal. First of all, I'm going to attempt to run this program without specifying any kind of arguments. So let's say go run dot, and we are going to get a random password of length 8 with only lowercase letters inside of it. So let's try to run it, and we indeed have this password with 8 characters in it, which only contains lowercase ASCII letters. Now let's try a stronger one. Run size equals to 16, then let's say upper then digits, and also this punct. So let's try to run it. It is going to include all the available possibilities of characters in our password, and the length of our password is going to be 16. So let's try to run it, and indeed we get that expected password with length 16 in it. You can combine any of the flags however you like. You can, for example, get rid of this digits and try to run it. Now we don't have any digits. You can get rid of that. Where is that? You can get rid of that punctuation and provide digits, and we get a password without those punctuations. So you can use this program however you like. If you try to run this program multiple times, you're going to get totally different passwords. So randomness is working quite well in our program. That's it, a complete working password generator in just a few dozen lines. It's a nice small project to practice flags, string manipulation, and basic randomness in Go programming language. So the link to the GitHub repository of this program is going to be in the comment section down below. Feel free to copy it, modify it, adding your own functionality, or even add more options like excluding ambiguous characters. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section down below. See you in the next one.